Sadly, this legendary figure was in the late stages of cancer. He decided to pour a massive fortune into backing Ellie. He just wanted to leave something behind for human civilization before he passed away. Meanwhile, Haddon had already moved into a space station. He just wanted to catch one last glimpse of Earth before he died. He reached out to Ellie at this time to let her know that the search for extraterrestrial life wasn't a total failure, because there was still a hidden base, and a subsidiary owned by Haddon was in charge of the construction. Even though the US still held the decision-making power, they definitely wanted an American to be the first one to go, so it was only natural that Ellie became the top choice for the astronaut.
Want to take a ride?
Thrilled by this sudden stroke of luck, Ellie rushed straight to the facility. But right before the launch, the designers changed the plan. Without messing up the ship's normal operation, they forced a shock-absorbing seat into the cabin. On top of that, a doctor even slipped her a lethal dose of pills. After all, traveling 26 light-years into deep space is incredibly risky. Nobody knows what kind of secrets that alien ship might be hiding. A wave of fear naturally crept into Ellie's mind. Right before she left, Joss rushed over to say goodbye. He handed her the compass necklace he always carried. He begged Ellie to make sure she came back to Earth safely. Ellie then changed into her flight suit and headed inside the spacecraft. Once all the final preparations were done, Ellie confirmed that every single indicator light was green. The flight director officially gave the order to accelerate. But as the spinning speed kept increasing, a harsh low-frequency static suddenly blasted through her headset. Ellie suddenly noticed a bright light glowing from the bottom of the cabin. Right after that, the metal floor beneath her feet actually turned transparent. She could clearly see the spinning power rings underneath. On top of that, her communication system started glitching out. When the capsule detached and dropped into the energy core, Ellie didn't plunge into the ocean like the spectators expected. Instead, she got pulled into a bizarre tunnel of light and shadows. It felt like a shortcut straight to the center of the galaxy. Then she laid eyes on a breathtaking blue and white nebula. It was the Vega system. She flew through another tunnel next and spotted a weird galaxy with 4 suns. Along with a planet completely covered in city lights, the violent shaking made it hard to stay put. To grab her fallen necklace, Ellie unbuckled her seatbelt. Amazingly, the moment she floated up in the middle of the cabin, the violent shaking completely vanished. She was filled with a peace she had never felt before. Meanwhile, her seat got ripped off and destroyed by the massive inertia. Even though the cabin took some damage, there wasn't even a hint of oxygen leaking. All the lights inside the pod went completely dark, so Ellie had to turn on a flashlight to see. Looking through the cracks at the bottom, the star charts suggested she was already in the Lyra constellation. The magnificent scenery was simply beyond words. She couldn't help but fall asleep while staring at it. She was gently wrapped in a soft force as she dozed off. When she opened her eyes again, she was standing on a beach on Vega. Everything around her looked totally surreal. The sky was filled with a dazzling nebula, and gentle waves lapped at her feet. Then a figure slowly walked toward her. She was completely frozen by what she saw. It was her father who had passed away long ago. He wasn't just her dad. He was also the mentor who first introduced her to the universe. He never thought Ellie's questions were too childish.
Think there's people on other planets?
I don't know, Sparks. But I guess I'd say, if it is just us, seems like an awful waste of space.
She fell in love with astronomy all because of him. But when she was just in elementary school, her dad suddenly passed away from a heart attack. Ever since then, Ellie had been completely alone. Whenever she missed him, she would go sit by the radio, hoping to hear his voice echoing in the static. Tears streamed down Ellie's face as she threw herself into his arms. But her scientific mind quickly kicked in and told her something was off.
That's my scientist.
When I was unconscious, you downloaded my thoughts, my memories, even Pensacola.
We thought this might make things easier for you.
He stopped hiding the truth. He wasn't really her father. They had simply pulled her most beautiful memories through her brainwaves. They chose to look like her dad, just to keep her from panicking. The hardest part of interstellar communication isn't the language barrier. It's helping the other person grasp the greatness of the unknown without losing their mind. Ellie desperately asked about the true nature of the universe, about advanced technology and the meaning of life. But the alien civilization gently told her this was merely the first step of a long journey. Every single civilization in the universe feels lost, isolated, and lonely. And the only way to cure that emptiness is for different civilizations to connect with each other. They weren't the creators of the universe. They were just apprentices, wandering and listening in the cosmos.
But other people need to see what I've seen. They need to see...
This is the way it's been done for billions of years. Small moves, Ellie. Small moves.
Ellie was definitely reluctant to leave, but she could only take one last look at the starry sky. Then, a blinding flash of light brought her right back to Earth. She returned to the exact ocean where she had launched, but to her absolute shock, Mission Control told her that the launch had failed. The capsule had gone straight through the ring and crashed into the water. From the perspective of people on Earth, that mind-blowing journey across the universe never even happened. Ellie felt like she had been gone for about 18 hours, but to the outside world, only a few seconds had passed. To make things even worse, the camera on Ellie's helmet had only recorded a bunch of static. Then they played the footage from the launch. Sure enough, the capsule had plunged straight into the ocean right after dropping.
How do you explain this, Doctor?